Hi guys, welcome back to Glenna's World of Coloring. I had to take down my last video due to audio problems, so I hope that this sounds better. I have a new microphone, so I hope it sounds pretty good so far. But yeah, I thought we could do a page out of Stained Glass Bunnies by Sin Ong. This is the page that I did the first time that didn't work out. But we're going to move on to the next page right here. So we're going to go ahead and start off with number 3, which is the first color, which is light gray. Let's see, number 3, BG042. There it is right there. All right. And give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Alrighty, I am back. Just had to check something. But yeah, we are ready to get into this, and I'm going to zoom you in some. All right. So, how is everyone? Hopefully good. It's been a tough time trying to get the audio for my phone to cooperate, and it would not. So, I decided that I was just going to buy a new mic. There was no way around it. I tried everything that I could. Tried to make a video the other day for my other channel, and it decided that it didn't want to cooperate. So, yep, had to buy a new mic, which is fine. At least you guys will get some better audio. And if I get quiet, I'm sorry. It's just what happens when I concentrate. But yeah. Today is actually my birthday. So I actually bought my mic and everything with my birthday money that I got the other day from my mama and from my mom. But yeah, I think it was money well spent to be able to get you guys some more content. I was debating on whether I wanted to buy another coloring book. I already have so many of them. But you know, gotta have variety. I'm pretty sure I have an obsession with coloring books. Every time I see one that interests me, I put it in my list on Amazon, and I'm like, yep, we'll come back for that one. But yes, I'm just glad to be back. I was not able to make a video last week, but I wanted to get this video in for this week because sadly I will not be able to make another video for this week unless I do it today. Well, I wouldn't be able to make this video if I didn't do it today, because I have to work all the way through Sunday. Yep. tomorrow all the way through Sunday. Work. That might be normal for some people, but for me, I usually work 2 days a week. So it is definitely not a normal thing for me. I have worked like that before. But, that was before this job. At a job that I actually appreciated. A job that I actually liked. So, there'll be more jobs like that, hopefully, in the future that I actually do like. I'm thinking about when I leave my current job that I'm going to go and try to work in a coffee shop. I feel like that'll be a job that I'd probably like. But honestly, nothing will ever beat working in that pet store for me. Unless I went to work in another one, which I don't know if that'll ever happen. I'd like to say, yeah, it'll happen, but you just don't know. All right, so there's that color. I do want to clean up a little bit where I got that in the nose. And I got it in the eye a little bit, or in the spot above the eye. All right, there we go. Let me get me a drink right quick. Okay. I don't know if you heard that or not. It'd be strange if you did. All right, number 6 is dark orange, and that is YR892. Oh, light gray was BG042. But dark orange, YR892. Okay. Let's see. We're looking for 6s. There's some down here. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing good. But I just got my package in today that had my microphone in it. And it also had some bookends. I got really into reading lately. I've been reading since last year, 2024. and I haven't really looked back because it's something that I really enjoy. Now, I don't read every day or anything, but um, when I do read, I like to read for hours at a time. I have a coworker who, when she starts a book, she will not set it down until it's done, which I can't do that. I enjoy reading, but I wouldn't be able to do that. Thursday, me and my brother have to work, so we're probably not going to be able to speak to each other. That's how it was before. We worked and we had to stay on opposite ends of the store, and we couldn't even say anything to each other, not even about work. So, which is really stupid. It's pretty ridiculous to ask somebody not to speak to someone. Like, it's not like we're gonna goof off or anything, and I know we're not supposed to work in the same place on the same shift, but also it's not our fault that we're working the same shift. So I just feel like it's kind of ridiculous to ask or to have that kind of request that you don't talk to someone that you care about. And at the same time, you know, if we're not supposed to work there together, why? Why hire me? He was there before I was, and I was hired in after 5 months of not being in a job. We were talking to the store manager, and she said that I could apply to work there, but it wouldn't be on the same shift, which I don't even think she's supposed to do that. And if it comes down to it, I will throw her under the bus. I like her. She's a good boss. But we're not kids. We're not children. So I feel like we shouldn't be treated like children. And like one of us stays in one corner and one of us stays in another corner. That's just ridiculous to ask. And she's even got our addresses changed. My brother's address is the same as normal, and mine is a number different, just so that we can both work there. I appreciate what she's done for me and given me a job, but if we're not supposed to be talking and working together, why schedule us on the same shift? So that's not our fault. That is not our fault at all. Because I didn't know that she was going to say that I could apply for the job while he was already there. But yeah, that's what happened. And no, I'm not going to say what the company is to protect me and my brother's job. Not to protect her, to protect us from being retaliated against. But yep, I do plan on moving on, getting a new job, and I plan on doing that pretty quickly. Well, looking rather than actually getting it. Because I don't know if I'm even going to be able to find anything different right now. Not a lot of places are hiring due to what's going on with the president. Yeah. If I could, I would want to go work in another pet store. All right, so number 7 is what we're on next. And number 7 is YR792. So here's that. YR792, that was orange. Number 6 was YR892, which is French Vermilion. And then number 3 was BG042, Cool Gray 042. I haven't been saying the names of the markers. This one's just orange. And that was 7. But yeah, let me know if you guys think it's stupid to have siblings working the same shift and expecting them not to say anything to each other. I worked with my cousin at a different job, and it was the same principle, no family can work together. And we worked together quite a bit. She was my cousin, and I worked with her quite often, and nothing was ever said about it. So But yeah, I just don't understand why it matters. I was thinking if something happened and both people had to call in, maybe it would affect some things. But even then, there's still other people that can cover. Um, so yeah, I just don't know what the reason would be, what excuse there would be for family not to work together. I mean, favoritism comes in there, but if you're not a manager and you're both cashiers, what's it matter? Because you can't order the other around if you're just a cashier. If that's their fear, I don't know. I just don't see the big deal. But yeah, I do want to find another job um after the beginning of next month. We have um wrestling to go to. I believe it's the 13th or something like that, maybe the 3rd. But it is, yes, it is Friday Night SmackDown, WWE. Um, but yeah, we have tickets to it, and we're definitely not gonna miss it. So we both took off work. But yeah, I have I have to wait until after, because if I go ahead and get a different job, I may not get that day off that I'm wanting. So I'm just going to wait so that I can get the day off that I want. I'll go to wrestling. Oh, I missed some sixes. But yeah, I'll go to wrestling. And then as soon as I get back home from that event, I'm going to look at jobs. Because I honestly cannot stand my job. I hate it. I'm not good with people. Quite a few of the customers kind of annoy me. And I'm just not a people person. And I missed another 6. But yeah, I'm just not a people person, in all honesty. This right here, this is like this is a dream job if I was making money from it. Just sitting here getting to talk to you guys and coloring. Like, in all honesty, that's what I wish that my full-time job was. But yeah, just dealing with people face to face is not easy for me. Because if someone gets mad about something, I'm going to stand my ground, you know? I'm not going to be walked all over. And that's part of the problem. In one of the little online courses that we took for the job, we take those stupid courses all the time. There was one about safety and violence. And then, it was saying something about treat every customer with respect no matter what. And I was just sitting there, I was thinking, dude, if somebody is disrespecting me, yelling at me, demanding me to do something, they're not going to get respect. Respect is earned. You can't just give it away. But yeah, somebody a while back, they came in the store and they said their phone stopped working after it was set up. And I was like, oh, okay. What do you want to do? You want to try it again or do you want to get a new one? He said, I want to get a new one. I was like, alrighty. And he showed me which one he wanted. I got it. He bought it. And I took it and I started setting it up. And he was saying, well, if this doesn't work after it's set up, I want a refund. And I was saying, oh, well, sir, we can't do refunds on phones or phone cards. And he's like, well, you're going to have to do something because I want a refund if this doesn't work. I was not going to let him get a refund on something that's not refundable. So there was nothing that I could have done for him. Nothing the manager could have done for him. So he was out of luck. But I did get it set up and it did work. And I never saw him again after that. So I guess it was fine. All right, number 8, Y696. Here it is. Y696 sunflower. But yeah, I'm not going to lay down and let somebody treat me like crap. That's not going to happen. So, I hate to hurt somebody's ego, but it's just not going to happen. I know what my worth is, and I will demand to be treated with respect, or you're not going to get any respect from me. That's how it should be, If you're letting somebody walk all over you, of course they're not going to respect you. You have to hang in there and stand your ground. In like a store situation, I'm not going to lay down either. Even in that kind of situation, I'm not going to do it. I'm not the person to do it. I don't have to, and I'm not going to. I want just as much respect as anyone else. If a customer wants respect, I want respect back. If I'm going to give it to you, you have to give it back. Or or I'm not going to respect you. I try to give everyone respect. And then when they start not having respect, that's when I drop it and I just start going off on my own way because I don't respect people that don't respect others. That's not who I am. That's not who I'm going to be. I'm someone that wants to be treated like a regular person, like anybody else, with respect. And if I'm not going to get it, then you ain't either. But yeah, I'm someone that just wants to be respected just like anybody else. And that's it. I've had people come into my store. Well, it's not my store, it's the store manager's store. But just for the sake of this, I work there. So that's just, that's in the context. That's the context that I'm using. My store, as in I work there. But the other day someone came in and she wanted to get money off of her Cash App. I said, all right. And I stood there and I thought she was going to buy something because that's the only way you can get money off of your card is if you buy something. And she said, well, are you going to let me get cash back? And I said, no, you have to buy something before I can give cash back. And before I could even finish my sentence, she stormed out the door, and as soon as she was gone, I just started laughing. I mean, if you're going to be that rude, at least say something. You know, I can't pop the drawer and give you money for free. That's not how it works. I don't have a magical button that I can press that gives you an option for cash back. For me to do cash back, you have to buy something and then choose the option to get cash back, which then gives us $1.50 for the fee for you to get money off of your card. So if we just open the drawer and say, here you go, then we don't get anything out of that. All right. A is green. So A is G40 or 472. G472. Here we are. 472 is vivid green. But yeah, I can only do so much. I'm not a bank. I'm not an ATM. You know, there's nothing that I can do if they don't want to buy anything. I can say, well, you'll have to go to an ATM if you don't want to buy anything, and they charge about $2.50 more than we do. So you can buy you a 55-cent pack of gum and do the $150, or you'll have to go to an ATM and pay about $3.50 or $4 to get money that way without buying anything. You know, I'm not magic. I'm not a wizard. There is nothing that I can do for stuff like that, situations like that. I can just say that I can't do it. because I can't if they're not willing to purchase something. But yeah, usually when people are rude about something, I just laugh about it because that stops me from getting absolutely angry. If I laugh, then I won't be mad about it. So that's usually what I try to do is just laugh. Because if I don't, I'll just get mad, and that's not fun times for anyone. But yeah, I don't like to get mad if I don't need to. Um, Sometimes it just happens. Yeah. Okay. All right. So far, so good. Thinking about buying some new pencils. Not pencils, but like fine liners. Possibly. I don't know for sure that I'm going to, but I've been looking. I don't think this is going to take too much longer. We're only 37 minutes in. I missed a 7. Of course I did. It was hiding next to this A. Thinking about restarting The Walking Dead. I've said that before, and then I figured out that my season 2 disc is broken. So, yeah, haven't been able to rewatch it because of that disc. I'm gonna see if one of my streaming sites has it. I believe Netflix still has The Walking Dead. pretty sure. And then they got Netflix has The Ones That Live, which is the spin-off one that has or that follows Rick and Michonne. And I want to watch that one. I want to see what happened to Rick after all of that. Okay. Couple more A's up here. I'm glad that was an A. Because I didn't even stop. All right. I think that's all of the A's. Looks like it. Yeah. Okay. C is yellow green. And that's 483. Okay, there it is. So 483, grass green. I almost said number C. Don't think that would have been correct. All right. I absolutely dread work tomorrow. Got to be there at 2. Yeah, 2 o'clock and work till 10. Thankfully, I work till 10. And I don't have to stay all night because another coworker is going to be there too. So that's good. Then I got to work Wednesday. I believe that one's 5 to 10. Thursday, 3 to close. Friday, 3 to close. Saturday, 9 to 2. And I believe Sunday, 9 to 2 as well. So I get to work all week long. My brother only has to work today, Thursday, and Saturday. So he got the lucky end of the deal. I mean, I do need the money. I went and got a new car last week on Thursday. Yep. Got a new car on Thursday. It's a Mitsubishi Mirage 2018. So it's basically new. I know 2018 isn't that new, but this car only has 81,000 miles on it, so it's pretty dang new. Paid $8,700 for it. But yeah, we went and looked at it and bought it the same day. We wanted to wait and actually get it the next day on that Friday. But he told us that there's no guarantees that the car would still be there the next day because they can't hold it without a deposit, which is understandable. But yeah, I really love it. I have a radio that actually works now. All right, E is blue. Any E's? I don't see like a whole lot. That's an O. E. I see a couple of E's. Yeah. So that's blue. So E would be 389. E389 fresh blue. Let's see here. I did see these ones over here. But yeah, this car is not as old as I am. Unlike my other car. My other car is 22 years old. So I think that's a little old for a car. It's 22 years. Yeah, I don't see any more E's. So we'll go ahead and put that blue up for now. And then F is sky blue. So that is 289. No, we're not going to use 289. We're going to use 290. So F is sky blue. Because my sky blue still works. And I want to use it while I can, because it is a really pretty sky blue color. I'm going to have to find a refill for this one. There are refills for certain ones, but I'm not sure if sky blue would be one of them. I am going to have to look into that. Because I know Ohuhu has made quite a few different refills. Hopefully they're going to make refills for all of the colors. And then I can just buy them off Amazon. I'm hoping. That might not be the case. They may only have certain colors. But yeah, I'm going to have to check. Because I needed refills for a few other colors as well. I believe I needed a refill for $6.89. R$6.89. Hopefully the weather wasn't too bad for you guys the other day on Friday. A tornado hit or touched down here in Kentucky and London, and actually destroyed the pet store that I used to work for. It's not the exact place. The one I used to work for was in Berea, but they moved stores, so they are currently located in London. And their store was hit and it was destroyed. No animals except for one actually died in the storm, which is super lucky that only one passed away. It's still very sad that that one passed away. I was familiar with the one that died. I used to care for him while he was at the other store. His name was Bill. He was a Senegal parrot. But yeah, he passed in the storm. But he was the only one. All the fish tanks were untouched. The reptile room was untouched. And all the rest of the animals were fine. Miraculously. Alright, so J is violet. J. J. J? I see a few J's. Okay. So J is violet, and then J is V280. V280. Let's see here. There's 289. 280. 276, 287. There's 280. V280 Jacaranda. All right. But yeah, it was really, really heartbreaking to hear that he had passed away. Because even though he was a jerk and he bit in between my knuckles and would not let go, he still grabbed my heart. But the only thing I can find peace in is that hopefully he did not suffer. All right, N is pink. So N is R293. 293. I found it. R293 Pastel Rose. But yeah, he'll have a spot in my heart because he was a good guy. But I do really hate that the storm hit the pet store and destroyed it. Right now, they're trying to find homes for all of the animals so that they can begin figuring out if they're going to rebuild or not. I hope that they do because I know a lot of people love that store. And like usual, I don't say their name, but I'm sure you can Google it and find what store that it was. My camera's shaking. But yeah, I'm sure you can find it by a quick Google. But yeah, I'm just glad that everyone that was there is fine. They're okay. But yeah, they do now have to figure out if they are able to rebuild or maybe if they're able to relocate. But yeah, we are now part of Tornado Alley. It was just Kansas and one other spot, but now Kentucky is part of it. We had a tornado touchdown and go a little over 50 miles, which is unheard of around here, but it happened. But yeah, I do just want to give a moment of silence for everyone that was killed in the tornado, in the storm, and everyone who's been affected. Thank you. But yeah, it was terrible. Houses were destroyed. The pet store was destroyed. Um, People were killed. I believe it's up to 20 now. But yeah, it's a rough time for us right now. And I don't live in London, but for them also, you know, they're the ones that are having the tough time. People that were affected by the tornado. But yeah, Kentucky's suffered a great loss from the tornado. And hopefully, the people that have lost their homes are able to find other places to stay or are able to rebuild their homes. That's all we can hope for. It's supposed to storm again tomorrow. And hopefully it doesn't do like it did Thursday. Or not Thursday, but Friday. As I was coming home Friday night, I could see the lightning just rolling through the sky. It was just constant. And I was just thinking, am I even gonna be able to get home before this starts? And thankfully I did. But yeah, if anybody else was hit with tornadoes, then that moment of silence was also for you. And hopefully everyone will be able to get everything situated and figured out. But I just hope tornado season will be very short and that it doesn't harm anyone else. And we are almost done. And it's only a little over an hour. Making a pretty good progress on here. Pretty sure I said making a pretty good progress. That does not make sense. I would love to have some new alcohol markers, but I feel like I have plenty already. I have my Oohoo's. I have my Sun Jokies. That's the only two sets I have, but it seems like that would be enough. Alright, I think this is the last patch of pink. And then we move on to O. And that is done, I believe. Alright. And O is dark brown, so E258. 258. Here we are. There's E258, whatever that says. All right. It says something about peas, but I don't see any peas. There's V's. I don't see a P anywhere. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see any P's. Yeah, there's V. More V's. I don't see any P's. Like at all. I don't know. Guess they ain't any, but I don't know why it would be on there without it. All right. Yeah, I don't see a single P on this paper. Not one. Well, there's another N. I missed that. but I don't see any peas. I guess if I see them later on, I can get them. Go ahead and get this in while I got time. But yeah, I don't see any peas anywhere. I guess V is next. And that is cream 286. There it is. E286 mushroom white. But yeah, I don't see any peas. All right, so we are almost done. I think this is turning out adorable. It's getting me using markers that I haven't used before. Okay, I'm gonna get a drink. All right. This isn't really like a cream color. It's more of like a yellowy brown. Which I guess is what a mushroom would be. Okay. Gotta go out later, get my brother from work. He had to work today, 3 to close. I was thinking about at-home jobs as well when I was talking about finding a new job. And then when I get him home, I gotta cook. So I'll be doing stuff all day. I still gotta get in the shower for work. I just wanted to get this video in before I went and did that, so that you guys would just have something to watch. But yeah, I'm glad that I'm back. All right. It looks like we are, nope, at this one last little thing. All right. Now, I still have the ears to do. I'm getting ahead of myself there. Alright, this should be the last of it. Now, I think that's it. Alright. Either there was peas and I colored over them on accident, or there wasn't, and I don't know why it was on there. But yeah. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified when I upload new videos, because that's a fun time. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. See you guys.